Prep and Landing, the Snowball protocol, is one that I was rather looking forward to. I didn't actually know it existed. Thank you to the person who made me aware of this, and as soon as I heard about it, I immediately made it the next thing that I wanted to watch. And unfortunately, while there's nothing wrong with it, I have things that I can praise, and there's ultimately nothing about it that's necessarily badly done, I just didn't really care for it, and I can identify why as well, so I will explain why I didn't love it. But that being said, if you like the previous Prep and Landing films, then maybe it's worth watching. This was released this year in 2025. It's directed by Shane Zalvin, written by Hilary Helding, and we have a voice cast including Dave Foley as Wayne and Derek Richardson as Lanny. And Wayne and Lanny are two elves, of course, and they are called to see Santa. They think they're going to get into trouble for something, and they end up telling Santa about these incidents that they were involved in. And we see these incidents unfolding on screen. And I don't mind the overarching narrative of them being called into Santa Claus's office, of wondering why they were in the office, a little bit of mystery there. I don't mind the overarching concept. And I think the pacing was well handled. The duration of the events that we see unfolding on screen, I think they were well timed as well, bearing in mind this is not tremendously long. It's about 20-ish minutes. But the reason I didn't like it is because I found the actual stories that they were telling to be really, really boring. I just didn't care for them at all. I won't spoil what they are, just in case you do want to watch it, but I will say, credit where it's due. The stories are different. It's not just a very similar narrative with a slight twist. They are quite different from each other, and I think that was a really good idea. Visually, they're a little bit different. The same animation style, of course, but we have quite different colour palettes. So again, there's nothing really wrong with them. I just found the stories themselves to be really, really boring, and I was not caring for what was happening, and that meant that I didn't really love this. But we do have some great animation. It is very nice to look at. The voice acting's very good. We have some really nice music as well. And if you do happen to enjoy the stories that Lenny and Wayne are telling, then it might be a really solid experience for you. But I personally only really enjoyed the beginning and the end, and I guess a little bit in the middle as we connect the stories. The stories themselves are fine. They're well written. They're believable. The animation's great. I just didn't think they were enjoyable. So I didn't love this. It wasn't the most entertaining, but there are a lot of great things about it. And if you're an existing Prep and Landing fan, definitely worth watching. If you've never seen any Prep and Landing, you absolutely could start here. I think it would be easy enough to follow, no problems there. So if you're curious, check it out. I won't be watching it again. It didn't meet my expectations, but it certainly isn't terrible.